Guruji Gede Brahma was born on March 2nd, 1963 in an old village at the north of Bali. Guruji learned spirituality directly from His Holiness Dalai Lama at Himalaya on 2008. In 1993, upon graduating with a Master of Arts majoring in human behavior from Lancaster University in the United Kingdom, Guruji also enrolled himself into an MBA course at INSEAD Fontainebleau, France. Professionally, at 38 years old, Guruji was a CEO leading thousands of employees at Air Mancur Solo, an Indonesian top-notch corporation pioneering in the herbal industry. Retreated himself from the corporation world a year later, Guruji then began his spiritual journey at 39 years old. Being a public speaker, Guruji had been touring around Indonesia and being invited to neighboring countries to share his lecture. Nevertheless, by the time Guruji reached 49 years old, he decided to fully retire from the material world to become a servant of peace at the island of gods, Bali. In the last 10 years, Guruji lives in the forest located at the northern part of Bali, taking a good care of his personal 20 hectares land that he turns into wild forests. Guruji Gede.
Good morning, beautiful souls, wherever you are. Good morning, using Bali time, ladies and gentlemen. It is a deep happiness to meet you again and again in my ashram in the high mountain, northern part of Bali. The weather this morning is very supportive. It is cloudless, little bit windy, a lot of sunshine. Early in this morning, there was the sounds of the singing wild chicken from the directions of the forest. It is a good omen, meaning Mother Nature is happy to listen to the teaching that I'm going to share to you, and a lot of good things. It is partly because of your prayer, beautiful soul, wherever you are. In this beautiful moment, I'm going to share to you the beautiful light of serene and fulfilling life. It is a very sexy topic, but before discussing about serene and fulfilling life, let's begin by meditating together to make your mind calmer, to make your brain wave a little bit calmer. It is easier to understand the teaching if the wave of your brain is calmer, your mind is calmer. For that reason, now we are going to meditate together. Thanks God, this morning I am assisted by the Spiritual Family of Compassion, Bali. The chairman is Pak Adi Wirawan. There is Gungtut and Dewa Suwena, the technical matter. I have my own bodyguard here, Wayan Mina and Madismar. And the Spiritual Family of Compassion in Jakarta, Pak Darmin, Pak Teja, Anton are also standby monitoring from Jakarta. So I'm not totally alone now in ashram. There are many people who assisted me in the technical matters especially. Now we are going to meditate. Remember, if possible, cross your leg to avoid downward movement of energy, bad mood, bad memory, and those bad energy partly because there are a lot of downward movement of energy. Cross your leg, make your back and head straight but relaxed. The positions of your hand, make it as natural as possible. If your religion, your tradition order you to put your hand in certain position, it's okay, as long as you are peaceful and relaxed. Just in case you are bit sleepy this morning, open up your eyes. But if you are strong and healthy, like my physical body this morning, close your eyes. It is easier to concentrate if we close our eyes. We are going to meditate together. You may use my own guidance as the light. Similar to learning in school and university, there are many levels of understanding. Like learning physics, there is Newton, there is Einstein, there is post-Einsteinian physics, there is quantum physics and many others. The same thing happens with meditation. As what I keep sharing to all of you, from one guided meditation to another guided meditation, in a more advanced level, to meditate is to take a rest. Just in case you need a reminder whenever mind jumping from the past into the future, mind quarreling within itself, simply remember one word: rest, because that is the key of meditation in advanced stage, resting the mind from any kind of conflict and duality. Previously, it was only written in the Holy Scripture, but in our cycle of time, it has been widely researched worldwide in well-known university worldwide. How meditation calms both the brain and the mind, guiding the brain from beta to alpha, theta, delta, and finally gamma. And the most important guiding word in this case is rest. Learn to say goodbye to the boxes of right, wrong, true, false, holy, dirty. Say goodbye to those duality and remember to rest the mind. How to rest the mind? Fish are happy in the water. Birds are happy in the air. Both are different, but both are happy as they are. The same thing happens with human life. Some people like the crowd, the other person love the solitude. They are like fish and birds. They are different, but they are peaceful as they are. That is how to exactly to rest the mind. Frangipani grow in the dry land. Lotus bloom in the wet pond. They are completely different, but both frangipani and lotus are beautiful as they are. That is another tips of resting the mind. I'm never boring to share these beautiful ideas to all of you beautiful soul wherever you are in the world. As butterfly beautify the garden by being butterfly, as dolphins beautify the ocean by being dolphins, you beautiful soul, you are beautifying Mother Earth by being yourself as you are. Remember, meditation heals you not by changing but by smiling. That is another elaborations about resting the mind. It is easier to open the gate of serene and fulfilling life if you rest the mind. Now we come into the practical steps of meditation, which is being one with this moment. To put the idea more practical, being in one with your breath. In the moment of in-breath, feel the coolness in your nose. In the moment of out-breath, feel the warmness in your nose. Use the coolness and the warmness of your nose as anchor that connecting the mind to the present moment. Treat this moment as a gift. That's why it is called the present. In the beginning, we need the mantra, the guiding mantra. But as you grow longer in meditation, the only mantra is your natural breath. Now I share to you my beautiful mantra at the beginning of meditation session. In breath, I am happy with my life. Out breath, I am sharing happiness to the world. In breath, I smile to sad, glad inside. Out breath, I smile to all the duality outside. In breath, I smile. Out breath, I smile. That's the opening mantra to our journey of meditation. After being guided by the beautiful mantra of I am happy with my life, I'm sharing happiness to the world. Now, again and again, rest the mind. Some of you who know energy research understand most of the energy drain come from the negative and critical mind. The good news from northern part of Bali, you can stop all the energy drain from negative and critical mind by resting the mind. As a result, body has enough energy to heal and calm itself. That's why remember to rest the mind. The mind can jump into 1,000 directions. No need to judge yourself, no need to blame the others. Simply bring your attention to the breath. Feel the coolness of your nose in the movement of its breath. Feel the warmness of your nose in the movement of out breath. That simple, how to rest the mind. For the public beginner, growing from beta to alpha wave of the brain is enough. The most important indicator that your brain wave to move from beta to alpha, you feel calmer, beginning to be well connected with this present moment, no longer being punished by the dark past. The future is no longer giving birth to a lot of fear. You are well connected with this present moment. That is the most important sign that brain wave move from beta to alpha. For the sake of creativity and productivity, the more you spend your brain wave in alpha, the better. If you are blessed, you can move into the theta, which is halfway awake and halfway asleep. For your information, the secret realm sometimes opened in the moment of theta wave. For those of you who travel long journey of meditation, you can enter the wave of delta, deep sleep. or even gamma, deeper than deep sleep. Some foreigner who came here to my ashram in the high mountain, northern part of Bali, keep asking the question, why it is very difficult to bring the mind back to the breath. My answer was straightforward. If you are pulled by the dark past, your medicine is forgiving. If you are pulled by the dark future, your medicine is faith. Forgiving does not indicate that you are a weak soul. Forgiving telling that you are a beautiful soul. Faith is a love affair with the mystery. As soon as you heal the past by forgiving, heal the future through faith, you can be easily well connected with the present moment. And that is the best medicine of meditation. Just in case some of you experience numbness, don't blame your body because of numbness. Rest in the numbness. Return back to your breath. Just in case some of you feel joyful this morning, rest in joyfulness. Remember to return back to your breath. The more you rest your mind in the present moment, the more the probability that there will be inner sunrise. What is the inner sunrise? The inner sunrise of peace. And peace is the highest energy that human body can attain. For your information, illness, disease, the vibration is below 100. Forgiving, you begin enter above 200. Love, the vibration is 500 and 550. Compassion, 750. And the vibrations of peace is 1000. The highest level that human body can attain. The more you rest your mind from any conflict, critique and duality, the closer you are to the vibrations of peace. Back to your breath. Some of you raise a question in your mind. What is the sign that we are approaching the vibrations of peace? The remote control of happiness is no longer held by the others. It is you yourself who hold your remote control of happiness. That is the most important indicator of approaching the vibrations of peace. Back to your breath. To equip you with another tool of meditation, learn to grow from wave into the beach. Joy is high wave, sorrow is low wave, pleasure high wave, pain low wave. No matter how high or how low the wave, they all bow in the same beach of peace. What I mean by meditative transformation is simple. Grow from wave to the beach. No matter what wave that come and go, the beach rests in the moment of peace. Another equipment of meditation, learn to grow from wind to space. Bad mood, good mood are like wind. Bad memory, good memory are like wind. Give them space. As soon as you identify yourself as space, you are extremely peaceful. Another lesson of meditation, grow from clouds into the sky. All the duality like right, wrong, true, false, they are all clouds. Stop poisoning yourself with the clouds of duality like right and wrong. Rest your mind by being the witnessing sky. That's deep meditation. That's also guide you to move from the wave of beta, alpha, theta, delta, or even gamma. When bad memory or bad mood visit you, no worry. Give them beautiful smile. Smile clearly said to you that you are no longer the victim, you are now the master. You are now being guided your meditation from the most happy island in the world. That is the conclusions of Club Med, which is based in Paris. You are being guided from the most happy islands in the world, the island of Bali. Since your mind getting calmer, since you are closer to the vibrations of peace, now I'm sharing to all of you wherever you are in the world, the spirit of happiness from the most happy island in the world, the island of Bali. How to be well connected with the spirit of happiness that I'm sharing to you. Remember to smile. In breath, smile. Out breath, smile. In breath, smile. Out breath, also smile. That is how to be well connected with the happy vibrations of the most happy islands in the world, the island of Bali. In breath, smile. Out breath, smile. At the same time, never forget, happiness is not a gift given by someone from outside. Happiness is how you conclude your life. Conclude your life from the perspective of happiness. Have the courage to be happy. That is another approach of connecting yourself with the happy vibrations of the most happy island in the world. Some of you experience loneliness sometimes. Please keep in the heart, loneliness is not the absence of friends outside. Loneliness is the absence of friend inside. And the beautiful news from the world of meditation, meditation help you to find the true friend inside. What is the true friend inside? Peace. That is your true friend inside. Peace. Back to your breath. I have been sharing to you a lot of words. At the beginning of meditation, you need my words as guiding spirit. Now, let's spend few minutes in silence. Remember, words are stick to the lame, but heavy burden to the flying soul. Now spend few minutes in silence. The great poet Jalaluddin Rumi said, Silence is the only language of God. Now we meet the only language of God, the language of silence. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in the lower realms, peace in the middle realms, peace in the higher realm. For your information, that is also the peak of prayer here in Bali for thousands of years. Wherever the Balinese pray, wherever the Balinese do rituals, the peak of the prayer is always Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It is not coincident that according to energy researcher, peace is the highest vibration that human body can attain. Thank you for joining our guided meditation. It was a peaceful and wonderful meditation anyway. Hopefully can bring some peaceful light to your inner darkness. Hopefully some of you who have illness will be healed. Some of you who have problem will find solution. Some of you who meet darkness meet beautiful light. Now, beautiful soul, I am going to discuss to you the beautiful topic of serene and fulfilling life, which is very sexy. Many people need it. I have been contemplating long enough to prepare the topic of serene and fulfilling life. On one hand, it is helpful to your health, happiness, and peace. On the other hand, you will learn about the local genius of Bali. It is the island where I was born and the island where I spent my serene and golden years. Let me start the explanations about serene and fulfilling life, calm and peaceful life, by quoting the great work of Professor Howard Gardner. Some of you who are psychologists understand. Howard Gardner, Professor Howard Gardner, published a very influential book years ago. The title of the book is Multiple Intelligence. I firstly read the book when I was in England at the beginning of 90. And until now, that book still become one of the influential book in my spiritual journey. The conclusions of Professor Howard Gardner: human intelligence is more than just IQ. Let me repeat once again, this is very important. Human intelligence is more than just IQ. And according to my personal experience as a former consultant to various company and organization around Indonesia and some country around Indonesia, those leaders who rely only on IQ, it is not only dangerous to their organization and community, it is also dangerous to their own health. I have been witnessing many close relative friends who have very high IQ. This is a sad story. This is not a story of criticizing the others. No. This is a sad story. Some of my close relatives who have a very high IQ even die in young age. Some of them have problematic old age. I cannot elaborate because this is sad story, not the story of criticizing the others. If you want to know why, IQ especially bring life into boxes, right, wrong, true, false, like, dislike, dark, bright, box. As we all experience, life is closer to space, and no box can accommodate the whole space in the universe. The problem with IQ, especially the high IQ people, they live in their own box and blaming those people who live outside their box. It is dangerous not only for the others but also for their own health. The good news from Professor Howard Gardner, there is the intelligence of music. In my case, I am very high in the intelligence of linguistics. So that's why I love writing every day. That is part of linguistic intelligence. For your information, writing to me is also the path of healing. Later I know from the neuroscience how brain love journaling. In the moment of writing, I do not only share beautiful medicine to you, I also heal myself. That is another form of linguistic journey. In my case, it is very high, linguistic intelligence. So that's why I become an author, I become speaker, because of the linguistic intelligence. One thing for sure, please do not rely on IQ only. It is not only bad to the society, it is also bad for your own health. Some of you who know Professor Daniel Goleman wrote a book about emotional intelligence, another intelligence. Some of you who learn spirituality, you know about spiritual intelligence. There are many kinds of intelligence. Before move to the following topic, please, I knock your door. Don't rely totally on IQ only. It is dangerous, especially to your own health. It is poisoning, particularly to your old age. Based on the knowledge of the dangers of relying totally on IQ, now we learn the ultimate intelligence of the Balinese elder. What is the ultimate intelligence of Balinese elder? The intelligence of silence. Why? I came into the conclusion that the ultimate intelligence here in Bali is the intelligence of silence. First of all, Bali is the only island in the world which celebrate the New Year with Silence Day. The only island. I have been traveling many places in the world. I find no other place in the world which celebrate the New Year with Silence Day. Only here in Bali. The second one, the Balinese elder call God as young monk, meaning the ultimate silence. That's why I am very sure, as a person who was born in Bali, the ultimate intelligence here in Bali is the intelligence of silence. I was surprising years ago to read that the great poet Jalaluddin Rumi, the 13th great poet, silence is the only language of God. The rest is only poor translation. The famous Mozart, one of the famous person in the field of music, the best music is silence between two sounds. Certain Zen master in Japan clearly said, the enlightened Zen master, go to the garden, listen to the silence between two sounds. That is exactly what I mean by the ultimate intelligence of Bali, the intelligence of silence. This kind of intelligence I'm going to share to you will be used to open the gate of serene and fulfilling life. It is hard to imagine that you can open the peaceful and calm life by using the dualistic mind, sad, glad, bad, good, right, wrong. It is hard to imagine, not saying impossible, but it is far easier to open the gate of serene and fulfilling life if you deeply understand what I mean by the highest intelligence here in Bali, the intelligence of silence. To make my explanation stronger, I do not want to rely my explanations on the holy old scriptures of Balinese only. It appears to be narrow and shallow. I will give you another equipment by quoting quantum physics. In our cycle of time, one of the famous physicists, quantum physicists, his name is Dr. Nassim Haramein. He is very famous in the case of quantum physics. Few time ago, Dr. Nassim Haramein delivered beautiful speech in United Nations Forum. And United Nations Forum was very surprised because of the presentation of Dr. Nassim Haramein. It is still clear in my mind. This is the presentation of the famous Nassim Haramein. The most important reason why there are many war, conflict, and violence along the journey of humans' history, because people keep thinking that life in this universe is full of scarcity. That is the old mind. Once again, since this is very important, the most important reason behind war, conflict, and violence along the journey of human history, because people keep thinking that living in this universe is full of scarcity. People fight each other, fighting because of the food, fighting because of the land, or whatever, scarcity. And Dr. Nassim Haramein clearly concluded, in this university, in this universe, life is not full of scarcity. Life is full of abundance. Why human beings keep thinking that life is full of scarcity? Because they fail to access the energy of abundance here in this universe. And in line with the ultimate intelligence of Balinese elder, which is silence, the key word to access the energy of abundance in this universe, according to Dr. Nassim Haramein conclusion, the tool to access abundance in this universe, it is called quantum vacuum. My personal translation to quantum vacuum is emptiness which is full of possibility, which is one spirit with the intelligence of silence from Bali. For that reason, if you learn the ultimate intelligence of Bali Island, silence, you do not only open the gate of serene and fulfilling life, you also can access the energy of abundance that available here in this universe. Using the terminology of meditation, because I am a servant of peace on the path of meditation, enlightenment happens if you deeply understand the yin-yang. The yin aspect, the female aspect of enlightenment is emptiness. The yang aspect, the male aspect of enlightenment is mindfulness. The problem with meditation master, they concentrate on the mindfulness only. It is the male aspect of enlightenment. Very few who are interested in the yin, the female aspect of enlightenment, which is emptiness. Emptiness is one spirit with the ultimate intelligence of silence, one spirit with the conclusions of Nassim Haramein, quantum vacuum. Using the idea of quantum vacuum, the ultimate intelligence of Bali Island, and the enlightenment on the path of meditation, which is emptiness and mindfulness. Now we are going to open the gate of serene and fulfilling life. Not only bringing the energy of peace to all of you, but also equip you to access the energy of abundance that available here in this abundance universe. Now we come into practice. How? There's the questions of many people. How? How, Guruji Gede Prama? How to enter the intelligence of silence? How to enter the quantum vacuum? How to get access to the yin-yang of enlightenment? Now we come into practice. First of all, the most important tips when you want to open the gate of silence, serene and fulfilling life, practice gap. Gap. This idea is very powerful. I have been practicing the idea of gap more than 10 years. It is a very powerful medicine. In the moment bad memory visit me, I bring my mind into the good one. After jumping into the good memory, I feel the gap. This is bad memory, this is good memory, the gap. In the moment when I was disturbed by certain thought, negative thought like anger, negative thought, I jump into the positive one and I feel the gap. It is very subtle. If you are left-brainer, rigid and left-brainer, the idea of gap is unimaginable. But if you have a holistic mind, you can be flexible between left and right brain. It is easy to access the gap. In the moment of my meditation, I love the gap. Between in-breath and out-breath, there is the gap. Between out-breath and in-breath, there is the gap. No need to hold the breath, no need to shorten or prolong the breath, simply make it natural. There is a gap between in-breath and out-breath. And those ideas of gap is like space. Anything will disappear from space. And if you are well connected with the spirit of the gap, you can easily access what Dr. Nassim Haramein called as quantum vacuum, emptiness which is full of possibility. It is the very important key to open the energy of abundance that available here in this universe. The first one, remember the tips, gap. It is hard to explain. Your understanding will be much better if you practice, practice, practice. There's gap between two breaths, gap between two memory, gap between two sound, gap between two thought, that gap between two emotions. It is the gap. It is a very powerful medicine. Some of my close friends have a lot of problems with their health, a lot of problems with their life, their family. Whenever they meet me with this appearance, according to them, I am younger than my age. I keep, what is the secret? Gap. A lot of things, especially the negative one, like problem, disease, disappear if you serious practicing the idea of the gap. The second tips, which is easier. The gap is difficult to the public beginner, but it is worth to try. The second tips, which is easier. Use this mantra. Whatever happen, use this mantra. Accept, flow, smile. I have been sharing this mantra more than 10 years to my close students. Most of them are healthy and happy. Whatever happen, especially bad things happen, whisper this mantra inside. Accept, flow, smile. It is very simple, yet deep. Only 3 words. Accept, flow, smile. You will open the gate of the ultimate intelligence of silence. You open the gate of abundance through quantum vacuum. Through the simple yet deep mantra. Accept, flow, smile. Excuse me, I forgot to drink water. My medical doctor, Dr. Eka Imbawan, will be angry to me because of forgetting drinking water. Second step, accept, flow, smile. The third step, I am being reminded by the water. Learn water logic, which is in line with one of the important local genius of Bali Island, the religions of holy water. The problem with the clever people who is stressful, problematic, they have rock logic. Rock meet rock, they hate each other. I am right, you are wrong. My religion is higher than the other's religion. Rock logic. Rock meet rock, giving birth to violence and terrorism. It is easier to open the ultimate intelligence of silence from Bali or quantum vacuum, according to Dr. Nasim Harami, if you learn water logic. Remember, water meet water. They embrace each other. How? Whenever you meet people, never ask which is right, which is wrong. That is the question of hard rock logic. The questions of water logic. What is the similarity between me and the others? Our language can be different. Our religions can be different. Our tradition can be different. But we are the same in one thing. We all want to be happy. That is water logic. Another tips of opening the gate of serene and fulfilling life. Another tips, smile. Smile. It sounds simple but very deep. One of my close students gave me a beautiful book. The title of the book is The Switch. The switch, the button. The author is an expert of microbiologist from Japan. I still remember his name, Professor Murakami. The title of the book is The Switch. The conclusions of Professor Murakami's book was very clear. Among many switch, many buttons that are available inside, the most convincing switch inside is smile. In other words, the more you smile, the more you turn on the inner light. So that's why never try to share smile, especially to your own self. 4 tips. The gap, accept, flow and smile, water logic, and the last one is smile. To put the ideas more practical, few days ago I watched a video in YouTube, the presentations of Professor Ellen Langer from Harvard University, a spiritual lady. Very few scientists who interested in spirituality. One of them is Professor Ellen Langer, a beautiful lady, beautiful old lady. The message of Professor Ellen Langer was very clear, clean, and concise. Not to put more years in your life, but to put more life in your years. I admire this conclusion. Not to put more years in your life, but to put more life in your years. As a meditation master, this is a beautiful message. The problem with the research on longevity, the idea of longer age, they focus on putting more years in our life. Very few who remember to put more life in the years of our life. How to put more life in our years of life? Remember my mantra at the beginning. This mantra make you to put more life in your years. Remember, 3 simple mantra. In breath, I'm happy with my life. Out breath, I'm sharing happiness to the surrounding environment. The first mantra. The second mantra, in breath, I smile to sad glad inside. Out breath, I smile to all the duality outside. The third mantra, in breath I smile, out breath I smile. At the same time, remember the conclusions of Professor Murakami, an expert on microbiology from Japan. Smile is the most convincing switch, the most convincing button inside. The more you smile, the more you turn on your inner light. Before making conclusion to my presentation, I would like to share a certain person, young man, who is very, very famous nowadays in the world. His name is Thomas Shelby. Thomas Shelby. He is very famous. He is very similar to Clint Eastwood. When I was young, I loved Clint Eastwood because of the charismatic eyes. Now Clint Eastwood has been grow old, far older than me. But in this generation, there is Thomas Shelby. Younger generation admire Thomas Shelby. In YouTube, there are many younger generation learn a lot from Thomas Shelby. You know, this young man, Thomas Shelby, first of all, very confident. Second one, his appearance is very convincing. And the most important one, the eyes is very charismatic. Very few people who have such charismatic eyes like Thomas Shelby. Since there are many younger generation are interested in Thomas Shelby, learning deep from Thomas Shelby, I try to see using my spiritual eyes. What is the secret of this young man? admired by younger generation worldwide. I keep seeing my spiritual eyes for days just looking at Thomas Shelby. The secret is only two. The first one, confidence. To put it more precisely, self-confidence. The second one is silence. It is not confidence which is closer to arrogance. No. In the case of Thomas Shelby, he is confidence, but confidence because having light inside. Silence, not silence because of suppressing negative emotion, which is dangerous for your mental health, but silence with deep understanding. Everything is perfect as they are. Like what I said in the beginning, frangipani grow in the dry land, lotus flower bloom in the wet pond. They are different, but they are happy as they are. As butterfly beautify the garden by being butterfly, dolphin beautify the ocean by being dolphin. You are beautifying Mother Earth by being yourself as you are. That is silence. If you combine between silence and confidence, no doubt, your eyes can be as charismatic as the eyes of Thomas Shelby. I use Thomas Shelby because many younger generation love this charismatic actor. Now we come into the conclusion, what I mean by serene and fulfilling life, calm and peaceful life. First of all, please do not rely totally on IQ only. It is not only dangerous to the others, it is dangerous for your own health. In the high IQ mind, there is a lot of duality and conflict, which is poisoning, first of all, to yourself. Learn the other intelligence. In my case, I am very high in linguistic intelligence. Since you are being guided from the most happy island in the world of Bali, I share to you the ultimate intelligence of Bali Island, which is the intelligence of silence. Remember, this is the only islands which celebrate the New Year with Silence Day. It is not coincidence. Great poet Rumi also in one spirit in this case by calling silence as the only language of God. It is far easier to open the gate of serene and fulfilling life if you deeply understand the ultimate intelligence of silence. To give you more spirit, quoting from the research of Dr. Nassim Haramein, in this universe, we don't live in scarcity, we live in abundance. How to access the energy of abundance? Quantum vacuum, which is very similar with the highest intelligence of Bali, the intelligence of silence. In the case of Thomas Shelby, remember to combine between silence and confidence. If you combine between silence and confidence, no doubt you can be as successful as Thomas Shelby. Thank you. We have been spending together time more than 1 year. Hopefully, next 2 months we can meet again. I will share to you the peaceful vibrations of my island, my ashram. I will share to you the happy vibrations of Bali Island, the most happy island in the world. Thank you. Hopefully, I can bring some beautiful light to your own darkness. Some of you who have problem, find your own solution. Some of you who have problem with illness, hopefully, My words can become a beautiful medicine to all of you. Some of you who seek abundance, I give you the key of abundance. Deep thank you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in the lower, peace in the middle, peace in the higher realm.